Hey YouTube, Burgundy's Finest here. Figure it's December 4th, and I haven't done an October November book haul, so I figured I'd scrounge around, try and get the books that I bought over the last couple months and show you what I've added to the library. I've gotten quite a few books. Usually October and November is pretty nuts for me. I'm buying tons of books, and yeah, I'll be lucky to get through a quarter of these before I do my next book haul video in the new year. But anyway, yeah, so might as well get started. Nation Maker, this is volume 2 in a biography of Sir John A. Macdonald. If you don't know, he's Canada's first Prime Minister. Looks like a really good biography, and I haven't got volume 1 yet, but I will be acquiring it. Saw it on the bookcase, it looked really good, so I decided to buy it. Alright, next 3 are Louise Penny books. You'll see in my last video I had 3 hardcovers. Those are the 3 most recent Louise Penny books. She's done 7 total. The previous iterations are pretty hard to get on hardcovers, so I went with the paperbacks. The trade paperbacks. But yeah, so this is the let's see, I want to say 2nd, 3rd, and 4th book, but I'd have to double check that. Basically, the only one I'm missing now is her first, which is called Still Life, which is actually currently in the mail. There's about 3 books I've got in the mail right now that I don't have, but yeah, that'd be one of them. A Good Man. This is book 3, I believe, in a series. Last Crossing and Englishman's Boy, those are the other 2. It's a bit of a Western novel. I believe this guy's Canadian. Can't even pronounce his name. I want to say Guy Vanderhaeg, but I'm not sure. Looks really good. Really nice hardcover. But I don't want to start reading it just because I want to get these other 2, because if they're all connected, I kind of want to read the first 2 first. But it's on the bestsellers list, so I decided to pick it up. Here is the next one, Lee Child's newest, The Affair, the next Reacher book. Kind of a cool sheen to it. There. So yeah. Here's a monster, Neil Stephenson's newest one, Reamdy. It's a huge book. I'm not really a fan of Neil Stephenson's stuff. He's got lots of other books he's written, but it just doesn't really look like my type of reading. A lot of techie stuff, but this one is supposed to be in a different direction, more of a different writing style, generic thriller maybe. But yeah, I picked it up, thought I'd try it. We'll get to it someday, but man, that thing is huge. John Sanford's newest one, Shockwave. I think it's a terror plot against the Walmarts of the world. Something like that. Virgil Flowers' book, by the way. Sanford's got pretty much two main characters, Virgil Flowers and then Lucas Davenport, I think is the other guy. John Lindquist. This is his first book, I believe, Let Me In. I think the other translation would be Let the Right One In, I think. But same idea, same book. This is the movie book, I think, to the North American movie that was released, I want to say maybe a year or 2 ago. But yeah, it looks really good. They kind of penned him as a bit of a Stephen King, so I see that, and I usually am a sucker for buying the book. So I picked it up. Great ratings from what I can see. His other books are kind of hit and miss. His newest one, Safe Harbor, is one I'm kind of thinking about getting next. Alright, Patient Zero by Jonathan Mayberry. This is book 1 in a trilogy. This is an author I kind of stumbled on from watching other videos on YouTube from horror book collectors. But yeah, this guy, I think his spiel is zombies. I'm not huge on the whole zombie thing, but I don't mind having a few good ones, and I've heard this guy's awesome at zombie books. Plus, he's got a nice little note from James Rollins, who is a pretty cool author. Michael Carita is a new author I'm going to try, vested in his books. So Cold the River. It's a thick one. Cypress House, there. And the newest one, if I can get it here, The Ridge, came out in May. Wouldn't be surprised he's working on another one, but yeah, he got some good praise from guys like Michael Connolly and Dean Koontz, so from what I understand, his books progressively are getting better and better, so he has a bit of a supernatural take, I think, on some of his stories, much like Dean Koontz, so, and I like Dean's writings, most of Dean's writings anyway, so yeah, pick those up. There's another new author I'm jumping on board with, Joe Nesbo. Don't know the correct pronunciation because I think he's Scandinavian. The Red Breast, that's that one there. Nemesis. Snowman, there. And his newest one here, The Leopard, there. Alright. I don't have the book. My wife has it. I think she's reading it right now, but The Cat's Table. It's a book that was on the bestseller list. It's only about 250 pages. And yeah, this is the same author that wrote The English Patient. And yeah, it's quite a small book. I'd certainly recommend it. Didn't take very long to read, although it is a bit dry. But yeah, I gotta find the book. 1Q84. I don't know very much about this book. I picked it up just purely because I've heard amazing things about it. This is a compilation, if I'm not mistaken, of all 3 volumes. But I believe it's an ode to Orwell's 1984. But yeah, really cool slipcase on here, a dust jacket. You take this off and then you can see the faces of the people on the front and on the back. I think it's supposed to represent a perception of reality or something like that. But cool book. John Grisham's The Litigators, fairly small book. The ratings on it aren't all that great, but picked it up anyway for my collection. David Baldacci's newest one, Zero Day, right there. Really cool sheen on this one. If I can get it to pop. But yeah. Stephen King lovers, rejoice! The newest Stephen King book, 11/22/63. Really cool dust jacket. It's kind of a cool looking story. This whole kind of transporting back in time. But yeah, I look forward to reading this one. It's huge too. There's nothing like a huge Stephen King novel to come out to just really want you to read. But yeah, that one's huge. I think it's like 970 pages or something. And then the last one here, Michael Crichton's Micro. This is also penned by Richard Preston. I don't know how much input Michael Crichton had in this story. I don't know if they're finding lost writings of his or something, because obviously the man passed away, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago now. And yeah, so I know with Tom Clancy, I don't even think Tom Clancy's writing books anymore, but obviously they're using his name and then putting a sub-author underneath. So, but yeah, I don't know how involved Michael was on this one, but picked it up because it looked interesting. And yeah, that's basically everything I bought over October and November, minus a couple books in shipping right now. I can tell you what they are. Kill Alex Cross by James Patterson, Devil's Gate by Clive Cussler, and The Drop by Michael Connolly. So yeah, once those come in the next week or so, that's basically what I've ordered over the past couple months. It's pretty crazy, a lot of books. Probably won't get through a quarter of these before I do my next one in January or February, whenever I get around to the next one. But yeah, good stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Enjoy your books, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.